find yourself doing remote viewing for something that you ethically didn't feel like it was, rub you the wrong way, or you throw ethics out the door and you work for the DIA? I mean, how does that work?
Oh, I think that, by law, they were only allowed to ask certain things.
Okay.
We had scientific and legal oversight, so they had to be careful what they were asking us.
No kidding. I didn't know there's even there's laws for remote viewing, or at least regulations or policies.
Yeah, they couldn't.
Wow, I'm impressed.
They could.
They couldn't do what?
They had to be careful whenever they tested us. I don't know, human use. We did a lot of scientific studies with the scientists. And if it had to be that they had to be careful. They couldn't touch us a certain way, or they were just, there was oversight.
Okay. Well, that's good. No, listen.
There was absolutely there was.
She's like, Tim, I'd rather do it than explain it to you,
I guess that they made us feel better. In the scientific world, they made us feel better than we were we weren't lab rats. In other words, I talked to a man one time. He received his law degree down at Duke University, and there was a husband and wife team named Ryan and Ryan, and they did ESP research. And he said that he went in there and he was more or less used as a guinea pig because they would pay him, and he would go in to do ESP experiments. And he said that whenever he was wrong, they would shock him. Well, they would put an electric, he would be hooked up, and then if he was wrong, he would get shocked. They couldn't do that to us.
Well, good. I'm glad. And there has been some safety moments there. So with the remote viewing, can you share some of your examples where you did and where you went with some of the other areas when you were past the training, but you were actually doing missions? Did they call it a mission for you, or what did they call it?
Sure.
Okay.
Operational. Okay. Absolutely.
So what was some of the interesting ones that you went on that you thought maybe could have impacted could have saved the world or saved something where it was impactful for you?
Well, I worked the hostages in Lebanon. I was able to find locations of Terry Waite, Terry Anderson. We were doing a lot of locational information that was given to the analysts, and then they would give the information to assets, and that I was able to describe locations on where the hostages were, and they would move, the hostages would be moved around. And at one point we were interested in a Colonel Higgins. He was a Marine colonel who was kidnapped, and I had said that he was in this location, but when you looked at the picture, it just looked like woods, and nobody believed that he was there, but the analyst said that was an old picture. Well, there was a German hostage named Cordes, and the terrorist released him, and our analyst went over to Germany to debrief this man Cordes, and they wanted to know where Higgins was. And Higgins was in the location that I said he was. And our analyst said, but there's only woods there. And Cordes said, no, they built a structure there to hold Higgins. So he was where I said he was.
Wow.
Even though nobody believed me because it looked like it was woods, but it was a picture.
Yeah.
Then another time they wanted to know about, and then Terry Waite, he was the Englishman that was, he was a churchman, he was a preacher, and Terry Waite was, he was held by the hostages, and at that point we were trying to locate them, and I don't know what I received, but I said that there was a gentleman by the name of John Livingston that was going to help Terry Waite, or that would help the hostages. Well, what happened was